Hello there. How have you been? A couple of days ago, I was traveling by a bus to another part of the city. All of a sudden, I saw a mob bullying and beating up a young boy, not more than 13 years of age. On inquiring, I found out that this boy was trying to pickpocket one of the passengers. Yes, that's indeed a punishable act. But I kept wondering, what must have driven the boy towards this at such a young age? Was it simply out of habit? Well, if that's so, he certainly deserved a punishment. But what if he did it because he was hungry, or maybe because he has a family to feed, or maybe he was forced into the racket? And this incident reminds me of a story called The Thief's Story, written by a world-renowned writer. And I am talking about none other than Ruskin Bond. Now, Ruskin Bond is an Indian author of British descent. He is considered to be an icon amongst Indian writers and children's authors and is also a top novelist. He wrote his first novel, The Room on the Roof, when he was 17. So as the name suggests, The Thief's Story is the story of a young thief, a boy who makes friends with Anil, a struggling author. Anil trusts him completely and employs him. Does the boy betray his trust? Let's read the story and find out the answers. The Thief's Story by Ruskin Bond. I was still a thief when I met Anil, and though only 15, I was an experienced and fairly successful hand. Anil was watching a wrestling match when I approached him. He was about 25, a tall, lean fellow, and he looked easygoing, kind, and simple enough for my purpose. I hadn't had much luck of late, and thought I might be able to get into the young man's confidence. "You look a bit of a wrestler yourself," I said. A little flattery helps in making friends. "So do you," he replied, which put me off for a moment because at that time I was rather thin. "Well," I said modestly, "I do wrestle a bit." "What's your name?" "Hari Singh," I lied. I took a new name every month. That kept me ahead of the police and my former employers. After this introduction, Anil talked about the well-oiled wrestlers who were grunting, lifting and throwing each other about. I didn't have much to say. Anil walked away. I followed casually. "Hello again," he said. I gave him my most appealing smile. "I want to work for you," I said. "But I can't pay you." I thought that over for a minute. Perhaps I had misjudged my man. I asked, "Can you feed me?" "Can you cook?" "I can cook." I lied again. "If you can cook, then maybe I can feed you." He took me to his room over the Jamna sweet shop and told me I could sleep on the balcony. But the meal I cooked that night must have been terrible because Anil gave it to a stray dog and told me to be off. But I just hung around, smiling in my most appealing way, and he couldn't help laughing. Later, he patted me on the head and said, never mind, he'd teach me to cook. He also taught me to write my name and said he would soon teach me to write whole sentences and to add numbers. I was grateful. I knew that once I could write like an educated man, there would be no limit to what I could achieve. It was quite pleasant working for Anil. I made the tea in the morning and then would take my time buying the day's supplies, usually making a profit of about ₹1 a day. I think he knew I made a little money this way, but he did not seem to mind. Anil made money by fits and starts. He would borrow one week, lend the next. He kept worrying about his next check, but as soon as it arrived, he would go out and celebrate. It seems he wrote for magazines, a queer way to make a living. Now let's understand this part of the story in detail. As we read, the narrator, a fairly experienced thief, first met Anil, a tall, lean fellow of about 25, when he was 15. After the initial exchange with some awkward replies, Anil asked his name, which he instantly faked as Hari Singh. As Anil walked away, the narrator followed him as his next target. he tried to flatter him and win his confidence in a brief conversation. Thus, Anil appointed Hari Singh as a cook. The narrator knew that the meal he cooked was terrible as Anil gave it away to stray dogs. Obviously, this resulted in the loss of the job. Determined that he was, the narrator hung around and faked a smile in the most appealing way to melt Anil's decision. And Anil, being a kind and generous man, laughed hard and promised to help him learn to cook and also to write. The narrator had a good time working for Anil. He would make some money while shopping for groceries without Anil's knowledge. The one thing that fascinated the narrator the most was that Anil was teaching him to read, and he believed that he could become a more successful thief if he learned to write. Anil usually made money in parts. Some days he had enough and some days he had none. He works as a writer, and this was something that the narrator found strange. Well, do you think Hari Singh will have a chance to rob Anil? How will the events turn out? So on that note, we shall now wind up the session. Do look out for more videos where I have many more interesting tales to narrate. Until then, stay good, keep learning. Bye-bye. TutorMate. For more amazing video lectures, download the free app on the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.